Indiana Fever announces $12 billion brand decision amid All-Star Game craze. The WNBA isn't hitting the brakes on growth anytime soon, and to keep up, its franchises are stepping on the gas. We all know which team comes to mind when we talk about momentum. But here's the twist. The Indiana Fever isn't the league's most valuable franchise. That title belongs to the Golden State Valkyries. Still, that hasn't stopped the Fever from locking in new partnerships and making bold moves. They're positioning themselves for the next wave of expansion. And truly, they do have the potential for that. Just look at the leaderboard for the first fan returns in WNBA All-Star Voting 2025. There were 8 Indiana Fever players in the top 40, with 4 in the top 10. Even now, after the final All-Star roster has been announced, Indiana Fever's players are leading in numbers at 3, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, and Kelsey Mitchell. That fan engagement speaks for itself. But GM Amber Cox seems determined to take things to an entirely new level. And one thing we know about her is that she doesn't aim small, she goes straight for the top. That ambition was clear from day one when she said, "From the top down, there is a commitment to invest in the Fever to ensure the team's continued growth and success, and I look forward to contributing to a world-class experience for our fans, as well as our players, both on and off the court." Staying true to her word, Cox has now announced the Fever's latest move. It will appear across various platforms including the Fever Radio Network broadcasts, team's social media content, and the official Fever mobile app. Exciting, record-breaking, and hungry for more. The Indiana Fever certainly embodies the never-ordinary spirit, and we are incredibly enthusiastic about this partnership, a Bet365 spokesperson shared. With the new season underway, it's the perfect time for us to share our unrivaled Bet365 experience with Fever fans. However, while the Fever is thriving in business partnerships and fan engagement, their battles on the hardwood tell a more intense story. Indiana Fever caught in the heat of the Plum matchup show. List of cities Indiana has beef with: Detroit, Cleveland, Los Angeles. That's how the Sparks official account decided to troll the Fever after their latest win. The jab was aimed at Sophie Cunningham, who recently took shots at the WNBA expansion cities like Detroit and Cleveland. The post might have been lighthearted, but the tension was real, especially after Indiana dropped its second game to LA in just 10 days. The Sparks hadn't won since June 26th, as once again, Caitlin Clark was sidelined. Now, she has missed 5 straight games with a groin injury. Aaliyah Boston, as she usually does, stepped up with 23 points and 12 rebounds, but it wasn't enough. The game was a seesaw battle with 10 ties and 12 lead changes, and Indiana even led by 4 with under 2 minutes left. Yet, they collapsed late, again. The Fever had even outscored LA in the paint 46-42, but the Sparks' 10 of 22 three-point shooting kept them ahead when it mattered most, and when things got tight, Kelsey Plum delivered the knockout blow, almost literally. Early in the second quarter, Plum hit the deck after a hard pick from Kelsey Mitchell. But instead of arguing for a foul, she turned to the crowd and casually knocked out 3 push-ups right there on the court. The ball was out of bounds, but Plum was locked in from that moment on. Her teammates De'Erica Hamby and Azura Stevens helped her up, and she took over from there. Post-game, Plum gave Mitchell her props. She said, "Kelsey's really a tough check. I think she's the fastest guard in the league with or without the ball. Just trying to do what I can." Mitchell finished with 19 points, staying hot for Indiana. But Plum? She put up 20 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists. And more